NASCAR, in Korean baseball, and anything else, unless something crazy happens in the next, 4 days, we're having professional sports.
Stoney, it is kind of strange. I almost don't know how to react to it. It just seems it's like all of a sudden it's here.
Yeah. It's like, wait a second, I got to start looking around, going through, research a little bit, see the new acquisitions on the White Sox, the Twins, the Tigers open up with the Cincinnati Reds, besides Castellanos and Trevor Bauer, how much do I really even know about the Cincinnati Reds? Got to read up on that. It's opening day. Matthew Boyd's going to be the opening day starter. He will be with us on the program this morning at 8:50. But it's opening day on Friday, and you're right there, Greg. I don't know how to react. I'm kind of psyched, but it's like, all right, 60 games. We're gonna get teased, and the Tigers going to get off to a good start. Then we're going to sit there a month from now. We'll go to the trade deadline in a week or two. What are we going to do? Should we trade C.J. Cron even though he leaves the majors and the runs? Should we trade Scope? Because we're, are we in it or are we out of it? I mean, it's going to be nuts. Starkey always said, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Not this year. It's a sprint. It ain't a marathon. And he always used to say, well, every team wins 60 and loses 60. And what happens in the other 42 games is what's the important thing. Well, they're only playing 60. So what do you say? Every team's going to win 30 and win 15, lose 15. It's what you do in the other 32. Every team's going to win 20, lose 20. It's what you do in the other. And who knows? It's just going to be bizarre. And the home opener is next week. And it's going to be like crickets. I watched a little bit, very little, the intra-squads scrimmage that they had on Fox Sports Detroit. And even some of the Yankees Mets I saw yesterday. No fans. I'm used to that from watching the Korean baseball. I know there's some cutouts in some of the games. They have the ambient crowd noise that they put in. It's not going to be the same crowd. Where are you, Heather?
I know. I really wish I could be there. I really, really would love to go back to work there. But, I can handle it.
No pause either?
I have no idea. Can you imagine that? Just having pause, marching around out there, doing some dances. It sounds like they're going to have a PA announcer.
Why
Like they're going to try to run the game as it would be for players. So they'll have an announcer announcing all the players.
But that's weird because I was watched the one inning I saw the Mets Yankees a little bit yesterday. I noticed that there was a PA announcer, and it brings me back to what I said when ESPN started broadcasting cornhole, when they were having PA announcing for no fans. As a PA announcer myself, and if they have high school football with no fans and they want me to still do it, I'll still do it. But what's the purpose of a public address announcer for no public?
It does seem really odd. When I saw that, I thought, well, that's different. But it sounds like they want to create the whole game experience for the players. So they're even going to have a scoreboard show without fans.
You.
I know. So what's the show? No.
Exactly. If they're going to go full throttle, they're going to go full throttle.
Now, the best way I can explain this in terms of baseball, why it's important for baseball to have a PA announcer is because of the rule that if you enter a game and you leave a game, you can't re-enter the game, right? So a player is in the game when he's announced in the game. I think that's a bit of an important distinction with baseball.
Well, the umpire can sit there and yell it. Unless he's mute. Seriously. Everybody, when they make lineup changes, will come out with the card, and then somebody will tell the umpire. You don't always have to have the public address announcers, but I think that's kind of silly. Anyway, like I said, our telephone number is 248-539-9797. That is also our ticket text number. Coming up on the program, as you know, the Washington Redskins catcher Matthew Boyd, who will pitch opening day for the Tigers, will join us at 8:50. Heather, you have news coming up next.
I sure do, and so rumor has it that this important couple just welcomed their second baby into the world.
Turn left onto
And I'll tell you who that is.
All right, coming up next, 97.1, The Ticket. When I tell you about capital mortgage funding, Harry Glenn, Stan Burke, and the staff, we still do everything for you. They're the best mortgage company in the world. Why? Personal service. They're not hucksters. They're not spokespeople. You've seen other people throughout the years who've been a spokesperson for one company. Next thing you know, on TV, working for another company. And sometimes it's its own company. There are a lot of people like that. Capital mortgage funding, C, capital, C, consistent. They've been there for you.
Turn left onto Gordon Road.
25 years. 1-800-LOW-RATE is the telephone number. Harry and Dan, the staff, they actually write loans for a living. They're not fast food, phone jockeys. You know what I mean? Now's still a great time to buy a new
In
home,
1.8
house,
miles,
like that. So
turn
might as
right
well
onto
check it out
Telegraph
today.
Road.
Rates are still very, very good. Refi, do it now. 1-800-LOW-RATE Capital Mortgage Funding, the best mortgage banker.
Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
97.1, The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, looking at a smooth drive around the Metro Detroit area this early Monday morning. So far, accident-free and no big issues around existing road work as traffic volumes are still pretty light. At about 9 o'clock this morning, there's midday road work scheduled to involve a moving left lane closure for 96 westbound from Old Plank Road to Hill Road. Also at Rochester Hills, Auburn Road, both directions from Crooks to Livernois. There's a closure scheduled to begin this morning through the end of the month. I'm Michelle Penny with traffic.
Recent storms have caused many outages, and DTE is working to restore power as quickly as possible. Of course, the most important thing is your safety. If you see a downed line, report it through your DTE app or call 800-477-4747.
In 1 mile,
Remember,
turn
stay
right
at
onto
least 20
Telegraph
feet
Road.
away. Don't touch anything near it, and keep kids and pets away too. Yes, an outage is inconvenient, but together, we can keep it safe. DTE. If your power is out, a generator can make things easier. But DTE wants you to know how to keep your family safe. Never ever use a portable generator inside your home. It emits carbon monoxide, which can be deadly. Keep it outside, away from windows and doors, so the fumes won't come in. Read the manufacturer's safety instructions and follow them. Generators can make outages more bearable, but please use them safely. DTE.
Hey, I'm Matt Barker with Beaumont Ford in Livonia. If you were lucky enough to purchase one of the original '66 Ford Broncos, odds are you bought it right here at Beaumont Ford. With our years of expertise and ability to customize with companies like Jeff's Bronco Graveyard, we'll be your one-stop shop for the all-new 2021 Bronco as well. First-year additions are always hard to come by, so call or visit us at Beaumont
beginner lesson on Babel, and it starts with simple words and phrases, and soon you're putting those words into a conversation. Each lesson takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and they're all really different, which keeps things interesting. The app is really smart. It actually keeps track of the words I'm struggling with so I can practice them and get better. I chose Babel because it was created by real language teachers. They built it around real life, how people actually communicate, and what they care about. I can't wait to use my new language skills in the real world. Dos cervezas, por favor.
With Babel, get conversational in Spanish, French, German, and more. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes a day. Now try Babel free. Just go to Babel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babel.com. Babbel.com. Indeed knows that for any business, your next step is the most important one. Like hiring someone. Indeed can help you find white hires faster. For anyone to contracts and only for what you need. Thanks to our super flexible payment options. So take that next step with Indeed. Get started with the full $75 credit for your first job post. And in fact, more hiring candidates. Indeed.com/hiring. That's Indeed.com/hiring. Terms and conditions apply.
when it comes to people contracting this virus. Before, people over the age of 50 were really getting coronavirus. Now the top age group for new cases is the 20 to 29 age group.
Yeah, it's nuts, and a lot of it obviously has to do with, people going out partying. Look, I don't blame them. That's the way it had to be done. I mean, but there's a way for people to sit there and say, look, the weather got great. We had holiday, graduations, 4th of July. People were out and about. The weather was great. But you had those hot spots in certain bars in certain areas and sandbars, and that had to have an effect. And I'm sure that some of the protesting had to have an effect as well, not just Michigan, but nationwide. And we're all worried that if the trend continues, forget about sports. I mean, schools and unless they get the stimulus package, extended for a decent amount of time, I don't know how people are going to survive if we lock down again. I mean,
Can you imagine what will happen if we go into lockdown again? One, people won't survive. Two, people will freak out.
Right,
It will be insane.
and in hindsight, women got criticized for doing what she did with the phone. Well, hindsight, maybe she opened it up too early. If you can look at it, I don't know. It's nuts. The biggest thing, I'm sure you guys talked about it last week as well, with the coronavirus is nobody can predict or knows what's going on. Whether it's Fauci, whether it's Perks, whether it's, Johns Hopkins people or something. That part is not even political, okay? Nobody knows what the hell's going on. The one thing that is somewhat optimistic, if you want to even use it, is the death totals are really not very good. I mean, are good. They're low.
They're very low.
But eventually, hospitals will run out. Hopefully not here again. You see it in Texas and Florida and others, ICU places. I mean, that's the problem.
Yep. Now, despite everything we just talked about when it comes to the coronavirus and the fact that cases are on the rise, Hillsdale College held its in-person commencement ceremony on Saturday night and basically defied Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel. So we talked about this last week, that this was going to take place. So the ceremony actually included 3 days worth of basically festivities, dinners, cocktail parties, senior music recitals, and all sorts of things like that. And they say that the events at the school, they say they had people seated 6 feet apart. People were asked to wear masks. Guests had to get their temperatures taken. One graduate said that he felt the college took the necessary precautions to prevent the spread of COVID-19, but there were thousands of people at this commencement ceremony, and obviously some people feel like they did everything they needed to do, and some people felt that it was really unnecessary to hold an in-person graduation ceremony.
I saw pictures, and it was socially distanced responsibly. There's no doubt about it. But this had also a little bit of political ramifications. I mean, Hillsdale is a very, very conservative school, and I would assume that some of it, had to be a little bit, anti the governor. Well, they were going to do it anyway, no matter who the governor is. But that's how they believe that. And that's whatever. I mean, I don't understand how you can have something like that, but they did. So life goes on. Hopefully nobody got COVID there, and if they did, they don't pass it to anybody else. But I would say the chances, even in that kind of a gathering, it's not exactly low.
Agreed. Very, very much so agreed. So you might have received an Amber Alert yesterday that was issued for a missing Michigan team in the Grand Traverse County area. Thankfully, that alert has been canceled. The 15-year-old girl has been found. She is safe, thank goodness, because they were actually saying that she was with an armed and dangerous man. So I'm sure her family is very, very glad to know that she has been found safe and sound. So just updating you on that Amber Alert. Okay, so Stoney, Kanye West actually held his first political rally yesterday. I don't know if you heard about this.
Oh, yes, I did.
It sounds like it was everything you'd expect from Kanye. It was basically him, getting really passionate, ranting about whatever really came to his head. He talked about abortion. He talked about gun control. He talked about the fact that he should be on the board at Adidas and the Gap. It just sounds like it was very unorganized and pretty rowdy. So he actually didn't even have a podium. He didn't have a microphone. he said that, you know, he felt bad that he almost killed his daughter. He talked about Harriet Tubman.
Yes.
How she never actually freed the slaves. She just wanted to make them work for other white people. And it talked about how he was pro-guns because shooting stuff is fun. And it very, very bizarre. And he did later say, I believe in this rally, that he doesn't care if he wins the presidency or not. But apparently he's serious about running.
The problem is there will be, and depending on which side you're on, whose votes is he going to steal? Even if he gets 1 or 2%, in some states that could be enough to swing that state, which could swing the election.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, the Harriet Tubman stuff really pissed people off because I watched a video of some woman who was videoing on her phone, and when he said that, she goes, "I'm out of here." She was pissed.
Yes, it's everything you would imagine a rally with Kanye West would be. I mean, I think, like, just the way he was ranting about all sorts of different things.
The way he was dressed, it was like a vest that said security on it. He looked like an army guy.
So weird, all of it was weird. Hey, Stoney, rumor has it that Justin Timberlake and Jessica Biel just welcomed their second son last week, despite the fact that nobody even knew what they were expecting. So we don't have an official word on if this is true or not, but tabloids are saying that Biel basically hid her entire pregnancy, and they've been quarantining with family in Montana, and they welcomed a second child. They already have a 5-year-old son. And I guess some fans went back through social media to try to find some photos of her being pregnant, but the last time she was seen from the waist down on social media was in March. So there's no signs on social media that she was pregnant, but apparently she might be, or might have been.
I just hope they give the child a normal name. What's their first child's name?
I think it's Silas or something like that. Silas.
That's
What a day. What a day.
Oh,
There he is. I was gonna tease you.
Only took us half fun.
That's okay. That's all right. All right. Thank you, Heather. Coming up next, you'll hear from Jeff Rieger. You just did about one of the worst contracts in Detroit sports history that'll come to an end. Yes, Jordan Zimmerman. We may never see him possibly pitching in for the Tigers. 97.
Help Mother Waddles to help those in need by donating your car. Your car donation to Mother Waddles will provide food and shelter to the poorest of the poor. Call Mother Waddles today and change a life. Call 313-WADDLES.
And now, another stroke of genius from Genesis Credit Union. Today, Genius Auto Financing.
I'm no car expert, but to finance one, I don't have to be. With auto financing from Genesis Credit Union, Genesis gives me a great low rate on new, used, and refinanced auto loans because they look at more than just a credit score.
28 locations and 30,000 ATMs. Stop by or check us out at genesiscu.org.
That's genius.
That's Genesis. Terms and rates vary based on credit qualifications and other factors.
Total due setting S150, $3,409. Easy net pricing for returning lessees, including zone for growth AX CDs. And select inventory dates. This tracks title licensing done with approved financing through Ford Credit. Ends July 31st, 2020. Darn Godfrey, it's no secret that Pat Milliken Ford delivers low prices and exceptional customer service. And now I hear you have something even more incredible to offer your customers.
We do. With the Ford Promise, when you finance or lease a vehicle through Ford Credit, if you were to end up facing financial hardship due to loss of employment, you can return it within 1 year of purchase. See us for complete details. It's our way of helping you move forward.
That is incredible. Now you can buy with confidence from Pat Milliken Ford, where you lease a new 2020 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew 4x4. Milliken Express price from $149 a month.
Whether you are purchasing at the dealership or online, the team at Pat Milliken Ford is ready to help you upgrade to a new Ford safely and affordably.
Start your experience online at PatMillikenFord.com or visit the dealership on Telegraph Road.
Pat Milliken Ford. Over 60 years of the experience you deserve.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference. Like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help. Offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
There's nothing like meeting face-to-face, and there's nothing like Zoom to make that happen. Zoom lets you connect and do business across town or around the world. Zoom ties together all of your communication needs into one easy platform for video conferencing, phone calls, group chat, webinars, and your conference rooms. Connect easily from anywhere, your mobile phone, your laptop, or conference room. Zoom is how business gets done. Get your free account at Zoom.com today. Meet happy with Zoom.
As you get back to business, small things can make a big difference. Like marking safe distances with floor tape and posting reminders to wash hands. As always, Grainger is here to help. Offering supplies and solutions for every industry. Free access to product specialists, 24/7 support, safety recovery guides, and more. It's part of our commitment to help you adapt and recover in these challenging times. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Making popcorn for movie night? Well, who are you? This is your wake-up call from TrackPhone Wireless. What if every time you tried a new streaming service, you had to buy a new TV?
That'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, some wireless companies do that when you switch. Make you buy a new phone.
Right.
But TrackPhone Wireless lets you keep your phone and your number and your network and gives you unlimited talk and text starting at $20 a month.
Seriously, who are you?
This is your wake-up call, people. TrackPhone Wireless. Now you're in control. Oh, you're burning your phone. Available at major retailers. See terms and conditions at trackphone.com.
This hour of instant feedback brought to you by Michael Murray National Benefit Plans. For affordable life insurance, call 877-734-2200.
The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere. Brought to you by the LaFontaine Automotive Group, the family deal.
97 on The Ticket, the Jamie and Stoney Show. Jamie off for a few days. Jeff Rager is here. Heather, Greg Hargrave. Hope everybody's had a good week when I was gone. I'm sure you're very relieved not to hear my dulcet tones for a week, which is fine. It's, as we were saying earlier in the show, Mr. Rieger, hard to believe. We're 3 days away. Friday's opening day. Now Thursday for some teams, it just doesn't feel like it. Matthew Boyd was announced as the opening day starter. He'll join us at 8:50 on the program. And Tigers have a little bit of a pitching conundrum right now because Jordan Zimmerman, another forearm injury, he's out for at least 45 days, something like that.
Yep.
And that just leads to, first of all, my reaction was, everybody likes Jordan Zimmerman. He's a stand-up guy. He's a really good guy, but obviously through injuries and performance has not lived up to that heinous contract that they signed him to, a 5-year deal for what, $125 million?
Correct. And Stoney, I'm with you there. Like, nobody despises Jay-Z. It's just the fact that they despise his contract. And if I gave you $125 million over 5 years, you'd sign it too. And I don't think you can pitch either. So nobody blames him, but it is kind of nice that the era's over.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. And now this obviously leads the way to Casey Mize. It's got to be Casey Mize because Daniel Norris had coronavirus. He hasn't been thrown. Michael Fulmer's coming off Tommy John. You're looking at 3 right now starters. Ivan Nova, Matthew Boyd, Spencer Turnbull as your 3 definite starters. Other than that, you need 2 more. So why not Casey Mize? He's probably the best pitcher you have. He's hitting high 90s. He's looked good in summer camp. Let's go. You got to sit out 8-9 games. Make sure his contract doesn't start. And then start him the rest of the way. Just let him know, listen, don't lose confidence. 60 games. Don't worry. Let's go.
Yeah, pretend in a weird way that it's almost like spring training. Because you're going to get 8-9 starts. And yes, by all means, make sure he's not on the roster so he doesn't, because of the service time thing. But 8-9 days or whatever, that nothing to miss, maybe 1 start, that's fine, and let him go. I totally agree with you. But it also brings up, Jeff, the Zimmerman contract. Is that the worst contract in Detroit sports? And if not, what is or was? 248-539-9797. Please call in or text the worst contracts in Detroit. For me, just looking, going off the top of my head, there have been some horrible contracts. And many teams have them. A lot of them have been free agents. been signings, some have been extensions. You can argue, the Matt Millen extension, probably the worst contract in Detroit sports. What we have with the Pistons and the 4-year, $54 million extravaganza that Joe Dumars gave Josh Smith?
I was thinking about that.
And then they bought him out, and they still had to pay him for a few more years, although lesser amounts, spread out, stretched, as they call it, the old stretch contract. But finally, he's off the books now. So that to me, and then look, there have been so many others. And there are a lot of people that believe, guys like, Jonathan Erickson, even though it was not a huge amount of money, but because of the term, applicators as well, not a huge amount of money, but for so many years, it's ridiculous. Those were ridiculous
Take a
contracts.
slight right turn.
No, listen, I think they're all good ones. The one that sticks out to me, and again, he did contribute, was Prince Fielder. Prince Fielder was signed as a Tiger, and as much as I liked Ian Kinsler, he wasn't the player that Prince was. And then, of course, Prince got hurt and hurt his neck and, had to retire from baseball. But $23 million in 2012, 2013, that's a lot of money now. Think about how much money that was back then.
Yes.
And then, of course, you had to trade him to the Rangers, and you had to pay $6 million for him playing for another team. And then, of course, again, he hurt his neck, unfortunately, on baseball. But I don't think that was a great contract.
No, it's interesting. If he, we always say that, what if he was a more gregarious personality, connected more with the fans, didn't have that little thing at the end after the playoffs where basically he didn't seem like a big deal lost, that type of thing. He might have stayed, and who knows what, but the injury situation, but he did have back-to-back 100, RBI years, and
Take a slight right
with him in
turn.
the
Then
lineup,
turn right
certainly
onto Michigan Avenue.
Miggy, a great deal.
But you know what the worst contract is, and you're right, you just said it. Miguel Cabrera. Miguel Cabrera's contract is
At the light,
horrendous.
turn right onto
It's
Michigan Avenue.
bad, and I understand how good he is, and I understand what he's done for the Tigers. But the fact that Max Scherzer said nope, and then 2 weeks later, maybe it wasn't even 2 weeks, you're signing Miggy to a ridiculous contract that you knew it wasn't going to suit anybody well. That could be
In 5.3
the
miles,
worst contract
turn
in
left
Detroit
onto
because,
Elm.
let's be honest, great player, Hall of Famer, nobody's going to say differently, but he has not been productive in how long?
A while.
Exactly.
3-4 years.
Stay healthy.
Right, well, that's it. Look, you might say, well, you're just using his excuse. It's his own fault that he got injured. And would we feel the same way if he never got hurt? Because his injuries is what really screwed him up more than anything else. Wouldn't you agree with that?
True, but I think when you look at a player and he's in his 30s and he's a baseball player, he's going to decline. I mean, all baseball players do. Look at Albert Pujols. The only difference between him and Miggy is Albert Pujols has been able to stay healthy. Miguel Cabrera hasn't. But even when Miggy's been healthy, 2017, he played 130 games. That's pretty good. He had 249 with a 728 OPS. 2019, last year, 136 games. That's not awful, right? That's pretty good durability. He had 282 with a 744 OPS and finished with 12 bombs. I like to call them bombs. So, no, the contract's been bad.
That's not horrible. I agree.
How many more years he has left on it? He's got 4 more years left on the damn thing. So I would say that's got to be the worst contract, even though he goes down as a great Tiger.
The difference why I would put Josh Smith's, or if you even wanted to come up with a Red Wing or a Lion at 248, 539, 97, 97, is because baseball doesn't have a salary cap. So you could, look, I know they have budgets, and I know right now because Mike Ilitch has passed away, it's a little different, but if Mike Ilitch was still alive, I don't think the Tigers would be in as bad a shape as they are, because I think he would still be wanting and willing to spend money. So where the contract is bad, the production not living up to the money, I definitely agree with you there. It really doesn't, it shouldn't hurt the team. As opposed to salary cap sports, where if you have a bad contract and a salary cap and you can't get out of, you're screwed because you can't move the contract for the most part.
It's a fair point, but again, and you mentioned it, the Tigers are essentially in a salary cap.
Yeah.
Right? So you wonder, okay, if Miggy wasn't on the books, and Jay-Z wasn't on the books, you do wonder what this team would look like. It probably looked the same because they're rebuilding regardless, but I hear you. I mean, it's sad. I mean, I love it. Everybody loves it. But the contract's not great. Here's a couple of ticket types. The 248-539-9797. A lot of people pointing out Johan Franz's contract.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come up. As bad as that was, there's another one. Riggs, if he didn't get hurt, the concussion, and it might have been worth it to a certain extent, right?
Yeah, I mean, towards the end, before he got hurt, and it's a shame that he got the concussions, but man, he turned into a guy that on some nights he was non-existent.
Right.
He really did. And for a couple of nice playoff performances and the endless comparisons to Marion Hossa, like, not a great contract.
No, it wasn't.
Not a great contract. But you did bring up a couple of the names. Jonathan Erickson's a star.
Yes.
So was Edelman.
Yeah. No doubt
And Jimmy
about it.
Howard wasn't good either.
No. And then look, the Lions have had some bizarre contracts too over the years. I mean, guys, mostly, free agent signings that, didn't materialize. Guys like, if you want to go back to the million years, like Bill Schrader. I mean, I don't know how much, I don't think that killed them out as far as, salary cap wise.
Not a great receiver.
But I know. That whole class of 99 thing, I'll never forget that. I think they signed 3 guys from the draft class of 1999 to their second NFL contract. And only one of them performed, and that was Dre Bly. The other 2, Fernando Bryant, who played for Jacksonville, I believe, before he came to the Lions, was F. And Damian Woody basically stole money from Phillips. He's really good on ESPN. I mean, so those were bad contracts as well. The other Tigers, what about Bobby Higgins? That was a horrible contract, but that was steroid-induced.
Yeah, listen. We got the one good year.
Yes.
And that was it. And then you didn't want to be here. We were talking about Bobby over the weekend. I did a show on Saturday. Here's a great contract down the ticket text. What about Franz Nielsen? 6 years, $5.25 million cap hit. That's a great one. Another one. Dontrell Willis extension, awful and unnecessary.
Oh, very unnecessary.
To the trade for free, coming in down years. Why not wait and see what he did? Ryan McCollum. Now, I think probably there was a promise made there, but that's a great one.
I agree. All right, telephone number 248-539-9797. Ticket text also 248-539-9797. Coming up at around 8:15, we'll talk to former Washington tight end, Super Bowl champion Rick Doug Walker about what the hell's going on with that absurd franchise. If you want to get away, relax, and just simply have a great time, go to the D Las Vegas for everything you need. The D is taking all the necessary precautions to make sure you stay safe. Enjoy all the comforts in the high-end Las Vegas hotel without missing out on high gaining injury. I know energy. I know people have been to Vegas who have braved, questions, and they've had a great time, and they have not gotten COVID-19 at any of the places they've been to in Las Vegas. And don't forget, God willing, the NFL can get this stuff together. Well, we'll have professional football to bet on, and there's no better place to watch NFL football than in Las Vegas at the D. So get a group together, go to the D Las Vegas, book your room. And if you're not staying there, you're staying someplace else, make sure you come by the Long Bar. You have a great time. Say hello to Derek Stevens. He'll socially distance, get you a cocktail if you tell him that we sent you. He just might do that. So book a room today, thed.com, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. There is currently an accident affecting all lanes on Gratiot Avenue southbound at French Road. Meantime, traffic signals are not working correctly at Van Born and Merriman. For same-day service of your air conditioning or plumbing, call Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 37 years in the business. A-plus Better Business Bureau rating. Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 800-924-2123. MastercraftHeating.com. I'm Michelle Penny with traffic.
Text or call the ticket using the same number. Ticket text 248-539-9797.
Turn left onto Babel.
This is Morris Johnson with the Radio.com Sports Minute. We've seen this play before, and he viral Dozens of marquee NFL players unleashed a tweet storm with the hashtag #WeWantToPlay. I am concerned, tweeted Russell Wilson. My wife is pregnant. NFL training camp is about to start, and there's still no clear plan on player health and family safety. Michael Thomas declared if Adam Silver can respect the voices and protect his NBA players, why can't NFL Commish do the same? Listen to your players. Players Union is seeking a lengthier training camp ramp-up period, 0 preseason games, and daily COVID-19 testing. Given tomorrow's rookie reporting date, the situation bears watching. Boomer Science.
Years of research, hundreds of tests, thousands of iterations. The result, the latest and dreamiest in sleep innovation. Introducing new mattresses from Casper. Casper has done it yet again, and with all new mattresses. Waking up with back pain? Introducing Zoned Support. Casper's unique ergonomic system designed to keep your spine aligned when you sleep. And there's something brand new called AirScape. Engineered foam layers with perforations that help regulate your sleep temperature. From bedding, bed frames, even a dog bed, Casper has everything to build the dream bedroom for every kind of sleeper. My Casper is the best mattress I've ever had, hands down. And now Casper is offering free contactless delivery and, as always, free returns. So go to Casper.com and use the code ROAM and get $100 off your mattress order. That's code name ROAM, $100 off your mattress order. Terms and conditions do apply. See Casper.com/terms.
I'm with Applied Imaging customer James Cebulski of Hinton Transportation Investments. Applied Imaging helped you through the work and home directives?
Well, the paperless initiative through OnBase that Applied Imaging helped us get up and running allowed us to seamlessly transfer the accounting department to work remotely versus in the office.
OnBase, Applied Imaging's document management solution.
It's allowed our staff to reduce the labor and time they spend on menial tasks. It's reduced the cost of our paper, ink, forms, printers.
Your Applied Imaging partnership has been very positive.
Our experience with Applied Imaging has been phenomenal. Any work they've done for us has been completed correctly. It has saved us countless man hours, and we've made good friends along the way.
Need solutions? Call Applied Imaging today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedimaging.com.
Beaumont's emergency centers are open, and we are ready to safely care for you. At Beaumont, all patients are screened upon entry with safety protocols for COVID and non-COVID patients. Delaying care for symptoms of heart attack and stroke can result in long-term health issues. The earlier you address your health concerns, the more likely you are to have a full recovery. Don't wait. Our expert Beaumont doctors and caregivers are here for you. Learn more about how we're keeping you safe at beaumont.org/safe.
Coming up this morning on WWJ News Radio 950, a notorious and legendary Detroit convict gets out of prison. White boy Rick to be set free. That story and more when you tune in to AM 950 or favorite WWJ on radio.com.
Big things happen in Detroit sports. You hear it first on Detroit's #1 sports station, 97.1 The Ticket. Breaking news powered by radio.com sports and brought to you by Pennzoil. Motor oils from natural gas. The proof is in the Pennzoil. The only way you can take 97.1 The Ticket with you is the radio.com app. Download it today and listen to us anytime, anywhere.
97.1 The Ticket, the Jamie and Stoney Show. Jeff Rieger in for Jamie the next few days. Heather's here. Greg Hargrave behind the glass. Our telephone number 248-539-9797, which is also the same number you can ticket text. We're talking about the Jordan Zimmerman injury situation. Leaves the Tigers in some sort of predicament as far as the starting rotation goes, but unless